Hello and welcome to Digital Medboard. Now we are going to learn about the cross section of the brain. Here we go. This is the coronal section of the brain. The head of the caudate nucleus is present on both sides. A lens-shaped structure called lentiform nucleus consists of two parts. The outer putamen appears darker and the inner globus pallidus, which is pale in color. The lentiform nucleus is lateral to the internal capsule, which medially are the head of the caudate nucleus and the thalamus. Between two thalami is the midline third ventricle, which is filled with CSF, cerebrospinal fluids. The lateral ventricles are also filled with CSF. The CSF from the lateral ventricle flows into the third ventricle through interventricular foramen of Monro. A collection of axons connecting one side of the cerebral cortex to the other is called corpus callosum. The two lateral ventricles are separated by septum pellucidum, which is attached superiorly to the corpus callosum and inferiorly to the fornix. The fornix is a collection of axons. The hippocampus, which is located in the inferior temporal lobe, is responsible for short-term memory. The fornix transmit information from the hippocampus to the mammillary body, which is located in the hypothalamus. Between inferior temporal lobe and the superior parietal lobe lies the sylvian sulcus, or also called as lateral sulcus, which continues deep to the grey matter, which is lateral to the lentiform nucleus at the insular cortex. This is an alternative image of the coronal section. The short association fiber, which connect areas of the cerebral cortex but do not cross the midline. The basal nuclei or basal ganglia include the caudate nucleus, the lentiform nucleus and subthalamic nucleus. The fornix contains three types of fibers using the mnemonic CAP in the sequence commissural fibers, association fibers and projection fibers. We are looking from the left hemisphere, which is the dominant hemisphere in the 95% of population where language is developed. Area 22 is the Wernicke's area, which is responsible for language comprehension. Next, area 44, which is Broca's area, which is responsible for speech production. The arcade fasciculus, an arch-shaped collection of axons, connects Wernicke's area and Broca's area. These are long association fibers that do not cross the midline. Now we are looking at the sagittal section, the medial view of the brain. Initially, the fornix and the corpus callosum appears as a spot-like structure, but later develop into C-shaped arches similar to cerebrum. The region between the corpus callosum and the fornix is called septum pellucidum, which separates the two lateral ventricles. The third ventricle lies below the fornix. The third ventricle floor is formed by hypothalamus, which includes the mammillary body. The hypothalamic sulcus divides the thalamus and the hypothalamus. The thalamus is above the sulcus and the hypothalamus is below the sulcus. These two structures form the lateral wall of the third ventricle. The question is asking about the type of fibers in the arrow marked region. I believe you remember this region from our discussion. Anyway, let's discuss together. The region marked is white matter, specifically the internal capsule, which is a collection of fibers. It contains ascending and descending fibers, which are projection fibers. Therefore, the correct answer is option D, projection fibers. That's the end of the session. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Digital Medboard. Got questions? Drop them in the comments below. See you in the next video. Until then, stay tuned. Cheers.